Welcome back, Potterheads. Today, we are diving deep into the second chapter of Harry's incredible journey, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So grab your wands, and let's unravel the mystery together. Our story begins not with a bang, but with a whimper, as Harry Potter endures another dreadful summer locked away with the Dursleys. His only connection to the magical world, his letters from friends, have mysteriously stopped. The Dursleys, as usual, are making his life a living nightmare, culminating in a disastrous dinner party that's about to get much weirder. On his 12th birthday, a strange creature with big, floppy ears and tennis ball-sized eyes appears in his bedroom. This is Dobby, a house elf, who has risked everything to deliver a dire warning. Harry Potter must not return to Hogwarts. Dobby insists that a terrible plot is unfolding, and Harry will be in mortal danger. When Harry refuses to abandon his true home, Dobby takes matters into his own hands, magically dropping a pudding on a guest's head. The fallout is catastrophic. The Ministry of Magic sends Harry an official warning for using underage magic. And Uncle Vernon, furious, locks Harry in his room, bars on the window and all. It seems all hope is lost. But then, in the dead of night, a pair of headlights appears outside his window. It's Ron Weasley, accompanied by his twin brothers Fred and George, piloting their father's enchanted Ford Anglia. In a thrilling rescue mission, they yank the bars off Harry's window and whisk him away to the Weasley family home, the Burrow. For the rest of the summer, Harry experiences what a real, loving family feels like. He helps degnome the garden, listens to Wizarding Wireless, and feels a sense of belonging he's never known. The time comes to head back to school. In Diagon Alley, while shopping for supplies, they have a fateful encounter with the wizarding world's biggest celebrity, Gilderoy Lockhart. With his dazzling smile and tales of heroic deeds, Lockhart announces he'll be Hogwarts' new defense against the dark arts teacher. It's also here that Harry has a tense run-in with Draco Malfoy and his sinister father, Lucius. But the trouble is just beginning. When Harry and Ron arrive at King's Cross Station, the magical barrier to Platform 9 mysteriously seals itself, leaving them stranded. In a moment of pure desperation and questionable judgment, they decide to fly the enchanted car all the way to Hogwarts. Their journey is anything but smooth, ending with a spectacular crash landing into the Whomping Willow, a violent tree on the school grounds. They barely escape with their lives. Ron's wand is snapped in two, and they earn themselves a serious detention. Soon after their chaotic arrival, a chilling message appears on a castle wall, written in what looks like blood. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Enemies of the heir, beware. Hanging by its tail nearby is Mrs. Norris, the caretaker. Filch's cat, petrified, frozen solid, but not dead. Panic grips the school. Professor McGonagall explains the legend. One of the Hogwarts founders, Salazar Slytherin, built a secret chamber containing a monster that only his true heir could control, a monster meant to purge the school of students Slytherin deemed unworthy, those born to non-magical Muggle parents. The fear escalates when students start becoming victims. First, the enthusiastic first-year photographer Colin Creevey is found petrified. Then, Justin Finch Fletchley. Suspicion and paranoia spread like wildfire, and soon, all eyes turn to Harry. During a school dueling club demonstration, Draco Malfoy conjures a snake. To everyone's shock, Harry instinctively speaks to it in Parseltongue, the language of serpents. This rare and feared ability was Salazar Slytherin's most famous trait, and a known skill of Lord Voldemort. The whispers begin. Could Harry Potter, the boy who lived, actually be the heir of Slytherin? Feeling isolated and misunderstood, Harry, along with his loyal friends Ron and Hermione, decides to investigate. Their primary suspect is, of course, Draco Malfoy. Hermione hatches a brilliant but incredibly difficult plan to brew Polyjuice Potion. This complex potion allows the drinker to assume the physical appearance of someone else for 1 hour. Their goal is to disguise themselves as Slytherin students and get Malfoy to confess. The plan, however, goes sideways. While Harry and Ron successfully transform into Malfoy's cronies, Crabbe and Goyle, Hermione's potion is a disaster. The hair she thought belonged to Millicent Bulstrode was actually from her cat, and she ends up with a furry face and a tail, landing her in the hospital wing for weeks. Worse still, their infiltration of the Slytherin common room reveals that Malfoy, while his usual arrogant self, is not the heir. He's as clueless as they are. As the attacks continue, the school is on the verge of being shut down. Then, the unthinkable happens. Hermione Granger herself is found petrified in the library. her hand clutching a mirror. It's a devastating blow, but even in her petrified state, Hermione provides the key. Harry finds a crumpled page torn from a book clutched in her fist. The page describes the monster of the chamber, a basilisk, a gigantic serpent whose direct gaze causes instant death. The victims weren't killed because they saw it indirectly, Mrs. Norris saw its reflection in a puddle, Colin through his camera lens, Justin through a ghost, and Hermione used her mirror to look around corners. The final piece of the puzzle clicks into place. Just as Dumbledore is suspended and Hagrid is wrongly arrested and sent to Azkaban, the final, horrifying message appears. Her skeleton will lie in the chamber forever. Ginny Weasley, Ron's younger sister, has been taken. Harry and Ron, desperate, finally piece together the last clues. They follow spiders into the Forbidden Forest as Hagrid had secretly advised, leading them to Aragog, a giant acromantula who confirms the monster is not a spider, but denies being the culprit. He reveals a girl died in a bathroom the last time the chamber was open. This leads them to Moaning Myrtle, the ghost who haunts a girl's bathroom. Myrtle tells them how she died 50 years ago, seeing a pair of large yellow eyes by the sinks. Harry discovers a tiny snake engraved on one of the taps and, speaking Parseltongue, commands it to open. A secret passage is revealed, the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets. After a rockfall separates him from Ron, Harry proceeds alone into the darkness. He finds a massive, snake-themed chamber. At the far end lies Ginny Weasley, pale and unconscious. Standing over her is a figure, a tall, handsome boy who introduces himself as Tom Riddle. He is a memory, preserved for 50 years within an enchanted diary that Ginny had found. Riddle reveals the horrifying truth. He is the heir of Slytherin, and he is the one who opened the chamber 50 years ago, framing Hagrid. But his confession goes deeper. He rearranges the letters of his full name, Tom Marvolo Riddle, to spell out the words, "I am Lord Voldemort." He is the younger version of the Dark Wizard who murdered Harry's parents. Through the diary, he possessed Ginny, forcing her to open the chamber and unleash the basilisk. As Ginny grows weaker, he grows stronger, slowly draining her life force to restore himself to full power. Riddle summons the basilisk to kill Harry. The situation seems hopeless, but then, music echoes through the chamber. Fawkes, Dumbledore's magnificent phoenix, flies in carrying the Sorting Hat. The phoenix blinds the basilisk with its talons, removing its deadly gaze. Then, from the depths of the Sorting Hat, Harry pulls a gleaming silver sword, adorned with rubies, the legendary sword of Godric Gryffindor. An epic battle ensues. Harry, small and inexperienced, faces the colossal serpent. He climbs a massive statue of Slytherin and with a final, desperate lunge, drives the sword through the roof of the basilisk's mouth, killing it. But in its death throes, one of its venomous fangs pierces Harry's arm. As the deadly venom courses through him, and Riddle gloats over his imminent death, Fawkes lands beside Harry and cries tears onto the wound. Phoenix tears have powerful healing properties, and they neutralize the poison, saving Harry's life. With his last ounce of strength, Harry grabs the broken basilisk fang from his arm and stabs it through the center of Tom Riddle's diary. A torrent of ink pours out, and the ghostly form of Tom Riddle screams and vanishes. The piece of Voldemort's soul preserved in the diary is destroyed. Ginny Weasley stirs, and she is saved. Back in Dumbledore's office, the truth is revealed. All the petrified victims are cured with a mandrake restorative draft. Dumbledore explains that Lucius Malfoy was the one who slipped Riddle's diary into Ginny's cauldron back in Diagon Alley, hoping to discredit Arthur Weasley and get Dumbledore fired. Harry then confronts Lucius and, in a clever move, tricks him into freeing his long-suffering house elf, Dobby, by handing him a sock. A free elf at last, Dobby is eternally grateful to Harry. The school year ends not with fear, but with a grand feast. Hagrid returns from Azkaban, exams are cancelled, and Gryffindor wins the House Cup. Hogwarts is safe once more, but Harry leaves for the summer with a heavier burden of knowledge. He has faced Voldemort again, not as a shadowy figure, but as a memory of the boy he once was. He understands that his battle is far from over, and the shadows of the past will continue to shape his future. Thanks so much for watching our deep dive into the Chamber of Secrets. If you enjoyed this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure in the wizarding world. See you next time.